Hello everyone, thank you for joining. I am Jisary and I welcome you to my channel where I do all different kinds of creative content. Today I have a special treat for you. I created a lot of different character designs during this year and even before that, and I will do the same today, but today we will design something very important, at least for me. Today you will witness the birth of my video game's main character. Well, technically it is one character, but we will create a male and a female version that the player can pick from. So, isn't that fun? Without further ado, here we go. I already created some small scribbles on paper to define the silhouette of my characters. More than this just one sheet, but you get the idea. What I also already did is creating the base proportions for the characters in my game in general. As I am in the process of setting up the level and such, it was important to know the general proportions of the inhabitants of my little town, so that when I start building the locations, the distances players need to travel, etc., it fits to the general design of the characters. To achieve that, I created a base NPC concept that I also already transformed into a base 3D character model. But this is already a bit of a spoiler, so if you want to know more about this part of the process, tune in for my next video, which will be a devlog in December. For today, we concentrate on the main character design concepts. The only reason I mentioned the base models is because I will use its design as a basis for the characters I create today. At the moment I only have a female version, so let's quickly create the male version as well. The concepts I create are very simple on purpose. I will need to do many different concepts for the models I will need for the game, so I concentrate on what I need to make those rather than making the concepts look super cool or super good. They need to be readable and work with each other, that's it. And they function also as a place to make concrete decisions about the characters, and later also for the props. This is why these base versions, and also the actual character concepts, will look very basic for now. Simply a cost to benefit decision. As you can see, the female proportions are way more rounder than the male ones. I use circles as the base shape for the female characters and triangles and squares for the males. I round the edges for the males a little bit, of course, so that the two still fit together style-wise. I use a chibi style inspired by the original version of Harvest Moon: A Wonderful Life. I like this mixture of chibi style with a mature realistic touch, so this is the style direction I want to follow. So then, let's start with the actual designs. As I said, I already have basic proportions that I will follow, so I don't start completely from scratch. We will trace over the base proportions references I already created. Both characters will have a very similar design, as they are the same person. They are botanists, so their outfits will be worker-inspired with earthy colors. They should look like they work outside and in the dirt a lot. The female character should be very cute. I should probably pay attention to the design complexity, or it might turn into really a nightmare to model. But whatever, I will just do what I want. And what I want is a side ponytail with a bit of a lock at the end. This is cute. The ponytail also fits to someone who works a lot, because hair is often in the way when working in the garden or in the fields. And we can give her a cute little scrunchie. I also want to try out to animate the hair a little. I will likely give her ponytail an own bone to animate. But let's see how this will work out when the time has come. Both characters will have very similar outfits. Both will wear an overall. The female version has a cuter one that is cut a bit shorter to emphasize her roundness. She also gets a cute shirt underneath. Both will get big boots that fit to the fieldwork, comfy and robust. I also want to add some form of accessory that is fitting to a botanist. Maybe a flower or a leaf brooch. I think I will attach it to the scrunchie maybe. A leaf with some red berries for some contrast. And big googly eyes, of course. And that is it, more or less. For the colors, I will use a lot of greens and browns, with some touches of yellow and red for some contrast here and there. And that is basically her design. As you can see, I created a front and a side version. This is needed for the 3D modeling process. And since I haven't included her arms in the side version, I need to have a side version of her gloves as reference in the modeling later as well. Let me quickly do that. Let's continue with the male form. As I said, he will be more or less the same. But while I wanted to emphasize the cuteness with the female version, I want to give him a touch of, cool. He wears the upper side of the overall downwards, more as an apron. His hair is a bit shorter and thus his ponytail is as well, but he wears the same scrunchie. While her shirt is a light pink, I will make his shirt yellow and give it a bit of light green details. It covers more surface, so this will fit better and make it look a bit less plain. Boots and gloves are more or less the same, but to emphasize his longer stature a bit more, he will get a straight cut trouser leg that also covers his boots a bit, make them look a little different. He is also showing a little less skin. Hair, eye and skin colors are the same. While the proportions are a little different, they are similar enough for me to hopefully be able to use the same skeletons for the models, but we will see. I already have characters in the pipeline that will look quite different to those, so I will likely need to make adjustments later anyway. Creating an efficient modeling pipeline is a topic in of itself, I can tell you. And there they are. This is my main character in their male and female versions. This should be enough for me to create their models. I have their backstories already formulated and planned out, but I will not tell too much about it as the discovery is part of the story of the game. But what you learn right from the beginning about them is that they had a close connection to their mother, and that their original motivation to become botanists was to help her fight a nasty disease. It is a bit of a classical start from scratch story, but it has a twist to it. I can't tell you how excited I am to let you all play the story, but this is still far off. I still need to get the inventory UI working properly. Ugh. For now, these concepts are enough for me to bring my cute characters to life. I assume I will adjust their designs a little bit as the work on the game goes on and the story continues. They might need more personal things and touches to differentiate them more from the other characters. However, this also creates more modeling work, so there's always a bit of a negotiation going on with myself. And in case you wonder, I am planning on creating unlockable outfits in the game, so these are just the starting outfits. But take it with a grain of salt, as I am limited to what I'm able to make, both skill and time-wise. I am still motivated though, so I will try to implement as many customization options as possible, without changing the fact that players play an actual pre-made character. It is supposed to feel like you evolve together with the character, and the customizations should be part of that process. And no, I don't have a name for them yet. I had a few ideas, but I couldn't really decide for one yet. Let me know your ideas if you want in the comments. I find it always very hard to name characters, not sure why, but I will name them soon. Thank you all so much for listening and following my little creative journey. It feels really good to not be alone with all of that. The next video will be a devlog as already mentioned, so if you are interested in learning more about the game and maybe seeing the characters already in action, make sure to subscribe so that you don't miss the upload. Have a good rest of the day, everyone. Stay healthy and comfy until we meet again.